Hey everybody, it's Commander Clyde doing some different content today. Just trying to expand things here and see what we can do differently. So today is going to be looking at my own gameplay, and we're going to look at what I did right and wrong to try to learn from it. Incidentally, this gameplay already exists on the channel because the gameplay that I intended to do this over, well, SMITE would not let me replay the match, so I could not get any footage of that. So we're doing an old one instead, which I did very poorly in, which I guess gives us the best opportunity to learn. But, you know, see what happens here. Anyway, I'll probably jump around a lot because this is a long match. And so there's no reason to sit here and look at things that don't really give us any value either. Like the beginning of the game here. Skip to 2 minutes. Typical things with the build. Stuff where the player is going to get in the way. Hopefully the quality of this is not bad, because this footage has been exported twice now. So let's move on against Hercules here. I was sizing the boy up. So he was wanting to fight, which was not the play. I should have just, I think, walked away from him because he's Hercules. Really no point to fighting him early. This gameplay is old, so I don't remember if the blue start was the thing. But, yeah, I went to the lane here, which is fine. I mean, he came up and bugged me, so it's like, well, it's not really worth starting the blue now. We maximized that XP and got that. I played that first wave well because I poked him. Bad spacing there. I probably shouldn't have gotten hit by that. I do a good job there, though, and outclear him. I don't know why this game ends up going so wrong later, because that was a good first 2 waves. See, that was sloppy for me. I shouldn't have let myself get pulled there. I took too much minion poke there. Slightly unsafe. This is a kill opportunity here, and I did not force it. Try to get him there. I think this wave is a little bit of trouble here. I was sitting there waiting for him to driving strike, and he never did. I mean, we need, probably going to be backing soon, if not. Okay, yeah, we backed. Teleport. Glad shield was still the item at this point, because this was recorded back in May the 25th, actually. It's been a long time. See, big mistake here of not forcing the issue there. I should have just kept running at him when I hit that too. If I hit that, he's dead. That really was unfortunate. Okay, not a lot happening here. Skip around. Okay, skip too far, but we don't miss anything. He ulted for like nothing there, really. So that was a win. Probably could have been a little more aggressive there. It's just driving strike really hurts. A lot. I'm just baiting there because, yeah, backing's not great for me. So try to see if I can put him in a bad position. Didn't really freeze me out very well there. See, Thanatos could have called the gank right there, and that would have probably been a kill. See, he was no mana. Thanatos could have ulted from the blue, and Herc wouldn't have seen it in time. But nothing there. I mean, and that's fine. There wasn't a whole lot happening in the lane, so him not ganking is not a surprise, really. Probably should have been a little more aggressive on the blue, though. My problem was I was at half health, so I couldn't. That was pretty slick that we avoided that ult. That dash is fast enough that you can actually get past that hitbox. They made a mistake there. Neath ulted and they got literally nothing for that. Okay, nothing happening here. He's just gonna back. Skip. Okay. Got him to ult again. He had a lot of pointless ults. I wonder if you actually avoid the damage there if you hit the 3. Now he came over here for a gank. I didn't hit that somehow. He missed the scythe, so gank's kind of busted at that point. And Susano comes, so we're both dead probably. I get Neath ulted. Herc misses his driving strike. I mean, there was not a lot to do there. The Thanatos did not make a good play. I mean, that's the first thing there. Thanatos doesn't make a good play. Misses the scythe. If he hits that, we probably do get a kill. Or we're at least in not as bad of a situation when Susano rotates. But yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to be done there. Skipping ahead. The only thing I really have seen so far is that I'm not taking advantage of pressure well. Like he was low on mana before and I could have looked at the blue. This may not have been the best choice because Susano would have been there, but he would have been out of mana, so it wouldn't really matter. The thing I hated about Hercules is that he can kind of just W key at you and hit you with abilities. And he does not get punished for that at all. Carry got soloed. Whatever. I was pretty far behind here, so playing up there was probably not what I wanted. And then Susano gank, of course. I survived far longer than I should have there. Survived almost long enough for them to rotate on that. But I mean, that was value. I did my best at staying alive there in a possible situation. Raijin probably should have moved up there. I mean, they had to get the kill on the Kumba, but I don't know. Raijin could have been in a better spot there for them to follow up on the Cupid, but that's okay. Skipping, hitting tower, whatever. Yeah, that was making the most out of a bad situation there. And I got 2 assists for it, so it's not the worst. But anyway, you know, the way you got to play the Herc is pretty tough. A lot of it's just about positioning and not letting him get driving strikes on you. He's just a very abusive early character if you don't try to take an advantage anywhere. It's kind of the way you have to play it. If you get any room to get an advantage on a Hercules, you should always take it. And here I am getting ulted by the Neath again because for some reason they wanted to kill me all the time. Nothing to do there except like run back past the tower or behind the tower and just like leave the lane. I mean, nothing there was really a good situation. There was nothing to do, honestly. But they do get the kill on the Neath later. But main issue early was I did not take advantage of some of the opportunities I did have. And Thanatos also did not really give me the kind of help that I needed. Because the one gank he made was not good early. And we both died. Then he did come later because there was a big rotation from the enemy team. I don't know why I went over here. This was stupid. Because this gank doesn't work. Well, it did work actually, but we lost the tower for it. I should probably not have pathed that way. It was kind of worth it to get the kill. I suppose, but they did end up losing the fight for that. Not that it wasn't value to kill the Herc there. It's just, you know, the rest of the team kind of needed him, but I mean, they held up long enough that it didn't hurt too bad. And Raijin actually played that well. I did look at his blue that time, didn't get it, but looking at his blue here is like, it's a little late. Should have been doing that a lot earlier. Here, I'm running again because I'm being ganked. And apparently his 2 interrupts my pull. Okay, I don't know what led to this gank here. I actually need to... No, they just path out. I got Neath ulted again. The game's just kind of... I'm getting abused. For no reason. I think they just hate Mulan. Skipping all that. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't have bad and say that I didn't have bad positioning in some of these fights. I did. I'm, you know, I was putting myself too far out. Probably because I wasn't expecting ganks. You know, after that first gank, I should have expected more. Maybe been a little safer, but I mean, it's so hard to play safe against Herc because he's just so annoying. I guess I could just focus wave clear and then ignore him and just not fight because it's pointless to fight a Herc early usually. Of course, Heim got caught out there because of bad positioning. Herc does Herc things. I'm fighting him in the back. Doing that just to get space. Somehow we didn't get that Kumbhakarna, and that really bugged me. Everyone just started blinking. This dude ages, and I was just like, I'm dead inside. Because that would have been a kill. And he healed about 1 billion health. Still got him. He just got comboed. So yeah. I want to rewind this fight. Here. The main problem here was Hyde let himself get soloed in kind of a bad place. So now they get to fight us here. Positioning was okay. I mean, I was in the front here, which is where I should have been, and I do that to get space because I knew I was in a really terrible position at that point. This was not a kill because I got ulted. It's bad for me. I probably could have TP'd over the wall, but I didn't know Raijin was going to go that way and die, so... Unfortunate. We'll get another fight here, and we'll probably call it after that. I'm not gonna watch this whole thing. Let's do this. They had a big gank over there. I was getting set up to teleport if I needed to. I couldn't, which made this really unsafe for them. They kept pushing. This was a bad call at this point because they were incoming from down here and they didn't really take that into account at all. They kept pushing and didn't look at it. And it's like, I'm not there. You guys can't win that fight. And what happened? They didn't win the fight. Heim's dead again. They get one there, but Herc is, you know, still kicking. And somehow this fight ends up not actually going that badly. And we only lose Heim. I don't know how that happened. But still, that push was kind of dangerous for them to call because I wasn't there and they had enemies incoming behind. Hanging out at fire. I want another bad fight so we can talk about it. Of course, you can see here. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Heim again. Being forward at the fire giant. I know I mean, I'm there, yes, but you can't just walk up at a fire giant like that at 25 minutes as a carry and not expect to get that. Idiot stayed alive somehow. He didn't back immediately, which he should have done. So they don't have vision. He should have just backed. He did back though. I don't know if he TP'd in. I don't think he did. No. That would have been a bad call. This fight was fine up until I think this point. Let me actually... Okay, let's go from there. You can see seed. It's just me and Yamoja here, which is fine. We're soaking damage. No problem. I ult just to get space from the Susanoo. Thantos got collapsed on because he went behind and Herc was right there. Big miscalculation. You can't go for that. I think he did ult in for that, but he didn't kill the Discordium. Trying to keep fighting here. Neath was really low. Raijin, you gotta hit those shots, bro. That's pretty rough. The fight actually goes well. Discordia's in the back for some reason. She made a horrible miscalculation here. Almost got punished for it hardcore. So Heim got hit by fire there. And then this went horribly wrong because he got comboed off of the fire giant. And so we had to dump it. And guys that don't know how to play around a fire giant. And then they're calling defend. It's like, what are we going to do there when most of our team is low? And we can't, like... See, this was a bad play here. The defend was not it, you know. Defend was not it because odds are we don't defend that. See, Emoji was dead here. I should have ulted the other way. Most likely. And I get out of that fight and we're done. Because they can't go on that because I come back with teleport. I don't think I knew what to get here. I tried to just get more damage mitigation. Or, yeah, I wanted more prots than I had. So I just waited for Mantle. They ended up not going on fire. That was a bad call. I shouldn't have ulted that way. That's the big thing there. Okay, honestly, I think that's probably enough footage to look over. You get the gist of this game. Most of this was just me ending up in tough situations because I got Neath ulted a lot, and things like that. Of course, the gank Thanatos tried to make that was busted, and we both died because Susanoo showed up. I probably should have just ran away from that. Should have been safer against the Hurt. Should have taken advantage of the few times he was out of mana and I could have pressured his blue. Didn't do that. I mean, a lot of the issues were just, I think, bad team fights. Thanatos and Heim were getting killed in bad spots. And then, of course, the play to defend fire was a big, I think, miss from me. I should have just ulted the other way and left. Because that fight was done at that point. Because Raijin and Heim were both low. Yamoja was dead. Was going to be dead. So probably should have just backed off there. Anyway, hopefully everybody enjoyed this little discussion as we look back at some gameplay here. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you want, especially if you learned anything. As always, check the links down in the description. And I'll see you guys next time for some more Smite. Have a good one.